Hello YouTubers, Liver Flush Man here today again. Gonna be talking about the possible dangers of liver flushing, what they are, how to avoid them. Well, an analogy is, you could get hit by a car crossing the street, or when you're driving a car or driving around a mountain pass, with snow and ice and stuff. I mean, that is, you could get hit by a car, you could get in a car accident, and you could die. But that doesn't stop people from driving and stuff. And so, if you practice safe driving techniques, and the chances are you won't get hit by a car. And rather regular vehicle inspections, checking the brakes, doing oil changes, doing all these things to your vehicle to maintain a working vehicle, and driving awareness. When you cross the road, you look both ways. This kind of thing. It's the same with the liver flush. One of the possible dangers that could happen, that probably won't, it happens to a very small percentage of people, and even if it does happen, you can you can do things well, I'll tell you what it is. First of all, is a stone or stones could get stuck in the bile ducts as you do the flush and you drink the oil, and the liver squeezes and pushes these stones out of the bile ducts and the liver and the gallbladder, and out of the bile duct into the intestines. Well, on its way out, a large stone usually could get stuck in the bile duct. If this does happen, you will probably experience pretty severe pain, and some people may need to go get surgery or something, because they don't really know what to do if they get a stuck stone. So that is one of the dangers of liver flushing. That's the main danger that could happen, because just flushing toxins out your body is not. There are side effects such as nausea, headache, and vomiting during the flush, which is not really a danger. It's just a side effect. It's an immediate side effect that happens during the flush. Once the flush is over, you release the stones and do a colon cleanse to get all the stones out. 99% of the people, if will feel great the next day, and usually for a week or 2 weeks after, they feel a general sense of well-being. Their liver works better, they're just generally healthier, their blood is cleaner, and there's a lightness in the liver which was once congested. So if you do get a stone stuck, or let's talk about the safety precautions in the liver flush that prevent stones from getting stuck. That is the reason why we use the coffee enema, and that's the reason why we use the niacin B3, which is vitamin B3, and as well as the Epsom salt. Alright, these three ingredients. Oh, and the castor oil pack. Alright, the castor oil pack around the liver. You put castor oil on the cloth, put it over your liver, and wrap it around with plastic wrap, and then put a hot water bottle and lay for an hour. That all these things dilate the bile ducts, and when you dilate the bile ducts, you get them bigger, then more stones can pass through, larger amounts of stones, and so this is one of the safety precautions to stop any stones from getting stuck in the bile ducts. So the niacin B3 dilates the bile ducts. Alright, the coffee enema dilates the bile ducts as well, stimulates the liver to go into detox dump mode. It's like, say you eat McDonald's or something, you feel that cramping inside, and it's just, some bad food that is trying to get through the body, it's just trying to get through. So it's the same as the coffee enema. Your liver will kind of cramp up, but then because of all that cramping, it'll dump all those toxins and stuff out, and that's why the liver stimulates to go into detox mode. But as well, it dilates the bile ducts. So you've got niacin B3, which is vitamin B3, which increases blood circulation in the blood. And if you take niacin, I mean, some people don't know, but because it increases circulation, especially in the joints, like here, and the neck, and the increased blood circulation will cause redness and itchiness of the skin. The no flush version of niacin is not the one you want to use for the liver flush, or not use in general. It is not really good for the heart. It is not good for the liver. It doesn't do the proper job. So you want the flush version of the niacin. And so you got the niacin, the coffee enema, and then the Epsom salts. The Epsom salt dilates and relaxes the bile ducts. This is the Epsom salts has got more of a relaxing kind of thing going with the bile ducts. So it also dilates and relaxes. So some people will use the niacin in combination with the Epsom salts, or the coffee enema with the Epsom salts, or even all three together, and even the Castor pack. And this is the ultimate way of making sure the bile ducts are really open and relaxed. But I mean, you don't need to go overboard either. You know, just the niacin and coffee enema, or just the Epsom salts is kind of different types of flushes. And then the Castor pack, when you put the castor oil also reduces inflammation in the liver. At the same time, it dilates the bile ducts. So it's got a very therapeutic way about it for the liver flush. And castor oil is an all-around healing agent for the body. If you're thinking, or you're not sure whether you can take castor oil internally, the thing on that one is that if you do take it internally, it's got to be hexane free. Alright, expeller pressed hexane free castor oil, and that is the one you can take internally. And I mean, just recommend maybe 1 ounce or 2 ounces if you've done it before and you don't have allergic reactions or anything. People with Gilbert syndrome shouldn't really take niacin, especially larger doses. Niacin in itself is just vitamin B3. In large doses over a long period of time, it is actually toxic to the liver. But in these amounts, like the tablets come in 100 and 500 milligram tablets, and you can take those on a regular basis. 500 milligrams is not too much. I've experimented with higher doses in the thousands myself. Maybe not recommended for most people, but you know, through doing all those over 100+ liver flushes, I developed intuition whether I could use that much milligrams and so and so. But in general, even 1,000 milligrams, if you only do it a few times or even a dozen times, it's not going to be toxic to the liver. And when used in combination with the liver flush, you're releasing these stones anyway, so it's really good for the liver. But recommended 100 to 500 milligrams of niacin when you do the liver flush. And then also, I just wanted to let you know the importance of one of the dangers of the liver flush as well, is that when you release all these stones into your intestines, and then they're in your stools the next morning when you have a bowel movement, the peristalsis activity, the contracting of the intestines, carries it out. But importantly is to clean the colon after, because if you don't, potentially some stones could get stuck in pockets in the intestines and cause digestive problems. But in general, the body has a good way of removing those from the body. So do a colonic or 2 or 3 enemas, at least 48 ounces. And then also you want to reseed the intestines after as well. And this is going to boost your immune system. It's going to make your skin even more healthy and vibrant. And so colonic or 3 enemas, because enemas aren't as effective as colonics. Colonics get deeper in and flush out a lot more. If you're doing enemas, you want to do inversions. You want to massage. You go upside down, do a handstand against a wall. You want to do body pumps up and down, taking big breaths in the abdominal, in and out, and rolling the stomach if you can. This is all going to help to flush all that stuff out. And then by reseeding the colon, what you want to do is either you want to do implants, which is enemas. Another word for enemas, implants. You want to implant the Rejuvelac drink, such as the wheatberry Rejuvelac drink, or also the green cabbage Rejuvelac, or the kombucha mushroom, which is all fermented drinks, which this fermented food has friendly, beneficial bacteria that goes into the intestines and creates friendly flora, where the absorption and assimilation of nutrients are easily absorbable through the intestines, and then all those nutrients go to your organs and your blood. And as well, the immune system, over 60%, is located in the intestines. So friendly flora, friendly bacteria will create a positive immune response. And as well, you can do internal colon cleanses, such as taking the psyllium husk seeds with bentonite clay, 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk to a large glass of water, and half a tablespoon of bentonite clay. The bentonite clay is going to pull out the toxins out of the intestinal wall, and the psyllium husk is a soluble and insoluble fiber, which is going to act as a broom and sweep the intestines and pull and draw toxins out of the intestines and sweep all that stuff through the intestines. An amazing product that is for liver flush, after liver flush, for a week after, at least 2 or 3 days after, is called OxyMag. It's an oxygenated magnesium powder, which you have to activate by adding absorbent acid, and absorbent acid is found in lemons and grapefruit in high amounts, and this is going to activate the magnesium and oxygen to work together to act as a scrub brush in the intestines. As well, it'll help clean out the liver, and in the intestines, it basically, all that bile and all those toxins and all that debris and stones get scraped through. Then it's going to go and scrub all that clean and make a clean intestine. Then you're going to reseed the intestines with beneficial friendly bacteria as well. This OxyMag powder is a super antioxidant as well. It wipes out free radicals in the huge amounts, and this powder goes, like I said, it basically scrubs the intestinal wall clean. But then you want to also add the friendly bacteria by doing the colonics or enemas with the fermented drinks. And the #1 fermented drink out there, which some people have to wrap their mind around for what they've believed for so long, that urine is toxic. In the reality, when it's been tested, it's not toxic at all. It's totally drinkable, and the few things that are toxic are in such small amounts that it's not actually toxic. It's only when you have things in excess in a large amount of, say, uric acid, which can cause urea crystals to form in the blood and such. But because it's been filtered through the kidneys, liver, and blood, this has got a lot of nutrients at the bioavailable form, which is very absorbable into the cells, the permeability to get into the cells. And unless you try it, you'll only all be in your mind whether this is healthy or not healthy. And do your research. Don't just take my word for it. Check it out. Urine therapy's been around for a long time, hundreds of years, in India, China. So in the end, the dangers, there are some dangers, such as stones getting stuck, and such as the digestive system getting stones stuck in there as well. But you practice the safety precautions, such as niacin, such as the Epsom salt, such as the coffee enema and the Castor packs, and you're going to decrease the chances by so much. And if you do get a stone stuck in the liver and in the bile ducts, and you experience pain, what you can do is you can take beet juice. All right, you can drink some beet juice, and that is also going to cause the bile to be produced, and help those stones. And then the same things that we talked about for the precautions. You just do do another coffee, do more coffee enemas, take a bit more niacin, take some Epsom salts, have some Epsom salts handy if you're not going to use Epsom salts, just in case a stone gets stuck, and the Castor pack. So any of these things are going to dilate the bile ducts, allow the stones to pass through, and in some cases maybe taking a couple ounces of olive oil will also help to push those stones through the bile ducts. So the beet juice helps create the bile, and the beet juice is good. So basically that's it. There are, in the bottom line of it, there are some dangers, but the analogy, if you drive your car, if you get hit by a car, just crossing the street, you can if you don't look both ways. So many things in our life that we could easily die in any moment, with the risk we take, but you practice safety precautions, and the dangers are so small compared to the benefits that it's well worth doing it. And by the way, if anything ever does happen to you, it's not my fault. I mean, do this at your own risk. I'm telling you now, there are risks. They're really small. So if something happens, I've told you some safety precautions, things to do, and in the end, I can't be held accountable. So do this at your own risk, and the chances are small. So thank you. That's Liver Flesh Man and the dangers of liver flesh.